PricewaterhouseCoopers is the audit firm responsible for tabulating the votes for the Oscars. They have been doing this since 1935. In last week's episode, I described how Brian Cullinan, the accountant from PricewaterhouseCoopers, responsible for handing over to Warren Beatty the envelope containing the card with the name of the winner for Best Picture, handed over the wrong envelope. He handed over the one containing the card for Best Actress. Our instinct is to blame Brian Cullinan. After all, he did give Beatty the wrong envelope. He was distracted. He had just tweeted a photograph of Emma Stone holding her Oscar statuette, which she got for Best Actress. Now, at a time when he should have been focusing on giving Beatty the right envelope, he was on his phone, enjoying the proximity to a beautiful woman getting a prestigious award. Now, while it is true that he should have been focusing on the job, the wrong announcement could have been avoided if two other non-human mistakes hadn't happened. We discussed the first mistake last week, bad typography. This week, we will discuss an interesting dichotomy. There are times when a precautionary measure can complicate the process and turn out to be a cause of disaster. A warm welcome to Stories at Work, a weekly series where I share real stories from across the world that you can use in business. www.storyworks.in already has over 100 stories, and a new story is added every week. Let's start today's story. It's 26 February 2017, and there is chaos on stage at the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood, where the Academy Awards are being awarded.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won.
Come on, this is not a joke.
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty have just awarded La La Land the Oscar for Best Movie at the 89th Academy Award. The actual winner was Moonlight. The accountant from PricewaterhouseCoopers, Brian Cullinan, handed over the wrong envelope to Beatty. Instead of Best Movie, he handed over the envelope for Best Actress. So yes, he screwed up big time. But here's the question we should be asking about the bizarre evening at the Oscars. How was it even possible for the distracted accountant Brian Cullinan to give Warren Beatty the wrong envelope? A few minutes earlier, the envelope for Best Actress, the envelope containing the card that read Emma Stone, La La Land, had been in the hand of Leonardo DiCaprio as he stood on stage announcing her win. How could that envelope have made its way into the hands of Warren Beatty? The answer? It didn't. There were two envelopes. Every envelope for every category had a duplicate version waiting in the wings. These duplicate envelopes were there as a safety measure, and the safety measure is what made the fiasco possible. Brian Cullinan's partner in crime that evening was Martha Ruiz. Like Cullinan, she was a senior accountant. The pair of them had carried identical briefcases with an identical set of envelopes. They had traveled separate routes, a supposed foolproof plan to ensure that the cards reached safely on time to the venue. Once they reached the Dolby Theatre, they sat at two different locations. Brian Cullinan, stage right, and Martha Lewis, stage left. It all sounds sensible, but it's also complicated. The system of twin envelopes meant that every time an envelope was opened on stage, its duplicate in the wings had to be set aside. Martha Lewis, stage left, handed over the envelope for Best Actress to Leonardo DiCaprio, leaving Brian Cullinan, stage right, with the job of discarding the duplicate, a job he failed to do as he was busy tweeting the photograph of Emma Stone receiving the award for Best Actress. If there hadn't been that set of twin envelopes, Warren Beatty could never have been given the wrong one. So the bad design of the supposed foolproof system actually increased the complexity and helped cause the Oscar fiasco. What a story. Now, where in business can you use this story? Many a times we may be thinking we are creating a safety measure, adding a step in order to make it foolproof or idiot safe. We need to be very, very careful that we are not inadvertently creating complexity which can lead to actually making the process or system unsafe or error prone. Now, a hilarious epilogue to the Oscar fiasco was an announcement made by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences after their investigation of the event, and that was that they were putting in a 6-point plan. One of the points read, instead of 2 accountants, now there'll be 3. The third accountant will sit in the show's control room with the producers. All 3 accountants will have a complete set of envelopes. Now, if having 2 sets caused the problems, having 3 sets is better, right? I'm not sure you will agree. Would you? Now, these 2 episodes of the Oscar fiasco is taken from Tim Harford's podcast, Cautionary Tales. I hope you liked the story. If you missed last week's episode, do catch it on our website, www.storyworks.in. The website and our YouTube channel has 2 playlists. The Story Bank playlist, which already has 73 stories, contains stories like this, real incidences that you can share to drive home a business point or inspire people to take action. The other playlist is called Leaders Speak. This has videos where leaders have shared stories that have created opinions they have. If you are sharing the same opinion with your team or driving home a similar message, you could use that story. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Bye for now.